Ashutosh has scored a 730 on GMAT with a Q49 and V40.
Hello everyone. I am Ashutosh Gupta, and I'm currently in my final year of computer engineering from VJTI, and I gave my GMAT back in September, and I had enrolled in the advanced batch of IMS with Anshuman Bharatwat sir and Paramjeet Das sir.
When you started off, you obviously started you enrolled into the GMAT Advanced, right?
Hmm.
So why was it that you didn't go for the GMAT Live, and what made you think that Advanced is the kind of course that would be better for you?
Like initially, I enrolled in the normal GMAT only, but the problem I found was that like I was practicing, but the main concern was that my score wasn't just able to cross a certain barrier. Like I was just
Mhm.
able to score 650 or 660 at max. Matlab.
Mhm.
So it was like no matter how hard I worked and I was solving a lot of questions and I was doing it, but still I felt that something in my preparation was missing and I just couldn't figure out what it was. And it was really frustrating at the time. And so like that's when I just saw a notification on my Telegram that like some GMAT advanced batch is starting. So I thought like I should definitely give it a shot because it was like a dead end for me. I was at a practically at a dead end in my GMAT preparation because my score wasn't improving, and even though I was studying hard, so I was really confused as to what I should do. So hence I decided to give GMAT Advance a shot, and it really worked out for me very well.
With regards to quant, at least, and I'm sure Param felt the same way for verbal as well. We definitely saw that there was, you had all the concepts in place, and you were
Hmm.
applying the skills that we were talking about in the class as well. So we did exclusively the hard questions in the sessions.
Yes.
Yeah, and you were able to get quite a few of those correct, which is something that and every student, no matter how brilliant, struggles with those questions because these are just the kind of questions that induce careless mistakes. They're not
Hmm.
harder conceptually, but questions that induce careless mistakes. Now, when you said that uh, you didn't know what was it that was stopping you from uh, breaking
Hmm.
the 700 barrier, what was it that you discovered? You know,
Hmm.
you needed to improve on, or what was it that
Hmm.
you improved on post the advanced classes?
Okay, so like the one major thing which I discovered was that my verbal was completely I was almost a gone case in verbal because I wasn't able to score good at all. So regarding cons, I would say I had an advantage before because during my 11th and 12th as well as in my engineering case, I had done very much extensive prep regarding cons. So I would say that I had a pretty strong base in cons before I joined the advanced batch as well. Therefore, I was able to solve all those questions, but still like certain like there were certain areas in cons as well in which I was lacking. So I mean I used to particularly have trouble in the data sufficiency questions and specifically those cases where like you have to put like let's say if you put a number between 0 and 1 and it would reverse the entire question and also like those things I guess I slacked it off in cons, but in verbal I was almost a gone case
Hmm.
because I had zero confidence in verbal and especially in sentence correction. So verbal was the thing which I improved the most, I would say, and cons also I improved a lot, but verbal was the deciding factor if you would ask me.
All right, cool. So quads, you were already, mathematically you had a strong
Hmm.
background.
Yes.
Before I come to Oval, I want to talk about data sufficiency thing that you talked
Hmm.
about.
Yeah, so the primary thing which helped me was a lot of practice and practice of not of easy questions but of challenging questions, I would say. So GMAT Advance like helped me immensely with that because that is exclusive. Like the questions which are solved in that batch are exclusively the advanced questions. So that thing really helped me a lot. And secondly, it was that I still remember that there are certain tricks which you used to say in the class regarding like for example like in the modulus questions you told us to apply the distance like distance approach to it, so which were had it been my own thinking I would have done it in a very long way, but all those little things helped me save a lot of time and to improve my accuracy as well in fonts.
Coming to
Exactly.
the verbal part of it, and you mentioned that SC was something that you struggled with,
Hmm.
probably more than the other two sections,
Hmm.
and you scored a V40, at the
Hmm.
end on the GMAT exam, which is a great verbal score. And So, and this is something that a lot of people would relate to, especially people from the math background, from the engineering
Mm-hmm.
background. Verbal is something that they find slightly more challenging. Yeah. And I'm sure that from your experience and what you can share, how you went
Mm-hmm.
about it, they can take a lot away from
Yes.
that.
In my case, what I feel was a major blunder was that even though I studied theory again and again, but I just wasn't able to apply those in the questions which were so like many times the sentence used to come and I couldn't even figure out that what exactly is the error here.
Hmm.
So that was that was really challenging for me back then, and so it's like in the GMAT advanced batch, so sir taught us a few elimination techniques. So SE is mainly about more about elimination rather than just reading the sentence and thinking in your mind what is the correct answer. You should
Hmm.
rather think in a reverse way, like by seeing the options, you should figure out what would be the wrong option.
Hmm.
So that thing works pretty great. And apart from that, theory, like just reading the theory part of sentence correction is just one aspect of it. The application of it is a whole different thing, and for that you need a lot of practice. But I would say practice it in a proper direction. So earlier I just used to solve a lot of questions of SC. Like I used to sit and I just solve 20-25 questions at one go and without actually properly analyzing them.
Hmm.
So in SC, I what I feel is that if you spend half an hour of your time solving questions, then you should spend another half an hour of time analyzing those questions. And particularly in SC, it is the case that we arrive at an answer, but it is not through the proper logic which it must be which must be used. So, like, you should not only figure out that why you got a particular answer wrong, but you should also figure out that why you got a particular question right as well. So, quality over quantity is what I would say is required in sentence correction.
How did you how did you cope up with something like reading comprehension? Because a lot of students
Mm-hmm.
struggle with that.
Mm-hmm.
They are just very confused. What is the strategy that they should adopt
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to reading comprehension? How did
Mm-hmm.
you go about
Yeah,
ensuring that
so
you
I'm
are doing
like
well in hours?
I should just tell a small background of mine. So like I have absolute like since coming from an engineering background, and like I have absolutely no previous background in like reading and stuff, and neither do I have any hobby of reading novel or something like that. So I mean,
Hmm.
initially I used to get very scared regarding reading comprehension, and it was like when I like initial days when I used to see an RC passage, I was like I sometimes
Hmm.
in some passage I didn't even understand one thing of like what is written here, and it was really frustrating initially. But like after going through like after practicing a lot and like I have like boiled the reading comprehension down to several pointers which I would like to share. So the first thing which
Yeah,
I would like
sure.
to say is reading comprehension. It is basically a test of your ability to read and understand something, read and comprehend something basically. So the comprehend word is very important. So please remember that it is not a speed reading contest at all. Like if you can't understand what is the meaning of the thing which is written, then it is of absolutely no use. So initially, when you start reading, then don't look like take as much time as you want. It is perfectly fine initially, definitely initially, and the main target should be you should be able to understand what is written. And like since I told you that I mean I had no previous exposure to reading stuff. It's like and reading comprehension actually requires your mind to be habituated to read passages, and not just passages but passages which are a bit challenging to your mind. So it's one thing to just read a storybook, and it's another thing to like solve reading comprehension, because the latter requires a lot of concentration, and it really challenges your mind. It's like you have to be present at the moment when you are reading it and completely devote yourself to that. And it requires it. So your mind needs to be habituated to read challenging passages. So what I made sure to do was that I used to every day 1 hour I used to read the Economist magazine. So
Hmm.
like Economist magazine is I would say it is a pretty great magazine, and moreover it is based on international relations, which is a subject of my interest as well. So I used to enjoy reading it as well, and the passages are really they are really good. So one can try that out, or otherwise you can any other thing which you like to read. You can read that as well, but you should make sure that it is challenging to read and you are not getting comfortable reading it. So that point you should make sure, and it will take time to like your mind will take some time to get habituated to reading that. And so it's a very gradual process. So I took almost about 25 days, I would say. 25 days, at least 1 hour seriously I used to read that. And in fact, thanks to GMAT, I developed an habit of reading economics, and I till date read it out of interest. But that's another story.
So now I hope that all of you guys listening got this, because to be someone who's always been an avid reader and to do well on verbal is one thing. But as Ashutosh said, and he, very candidly put, there was
Yeah.
nothing of sorts of reading in his life. Like these
Nothing at
two
all.
aspects were
Yeah.
detached.
Yeah.
Ashutosh's life and reading. These are two
Nothing,
different
nothing,
planets.
nothing. Yeah.
And still to be able to master that. Another thing that stands out in your case is, I see that you're very, stubborn
Hmm.
in with regards to getting clarity on why you got those questions wrong. Something that I believe is a great quality for
Hmm.
a student to have who wants to ace test prep. Yeah, you must really feel the pain when you get something wrong, because when
Exactly.
you
Very
do
much.
that,
Very. Yeah.
you'll ensure that you have filled those gaps. Yeah.
Hmm.
Thanks a lot, Ashutosh, for doing this.
Yeah.
It was great fun, very
Yeah.
insightful. Not just the students,
Hmm.
even I, as a GMAT mentor, enjoyed it thoroughly.
Hmm.
And I think your insights
Thank
were
you.
wonderful
Yeah,
and really
thank you so
helpful.
much, sir. Yeah. So I used to attend a lot of webinars like these before the Tougher Shock, and it feels good to finally give one myself.
Wow,
So thank
wonderful.
you for this opportunity as well. Thanks a
Thanks a
lot,
lot,
sir. Thanks a
Ashutosh.
lot.
All the
Yeah.
best for your
Thank you, sir.
future endeavors.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye bye.